Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to tell you about farming accounts and how to use your prop funds, etc., and show you one that I've just completed. But more importantly, we ain't at home. Where are we at?
Benidorm.
We're in Benidorm because it's that time of the year again. Scruff in the sun. The guys have just departed, so we had a couple of days prior to them coming. We spent a wonderful weekend together, and then they're departing with a few sore heads.
I know what you're thinking.
Really?
You think I'm pissed.
See? Well, it is. The mic's all right, so I'll edit this bit. Okay, boys and girls, we're having a Scruffy boy meet with him. But it gets terrible. It gets really terrible. Let me explain why. Because we're with these and all. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello. You take your clothes off. No. Scruffy meets the wonderful, and it's a night out, and it's loud, so I'll have to speak to you when I get back camera. Come on.
Sip it, John. I'm a big fan of it.
Winky's going to have a shot at the shot.
Just try with your finger.
No, straight in.
It's okay. It's not strong.
Go on, go for it. Go on.
Down it. It's like
I'll down it. Watch, I'll show you. I'll down it.
Thinking of mine.
How will go, boy? Go on, shot your shot.
Salute.
Salute. Don't you dare. You want to get this one as well? Salute. Right, woman. There she go. Is that it?
Yeah, you can have some.
Well done. Well done. Have a little sip.
No, I haven't seen.
Go on. It's not the first nasty thing she's had in her mouth. Go on.
Get out. Oh, you can have it for that.
It was the paella earlier on. So, boy, have we enjoyed our trip?
amazing.
Amazing.
Hooker.
Hook, what? Hooker.
Hooker.
Oh, hooker.
Hookers are over there.
I was going to say, we're definitely having a good night. Do you want to go find a hooker? Oh, no, fine. He's been a very good boy tonight. Makes a bloody change, actually, after G-string Sally. What about you, sweeties?
Yeah, I'll have it.
You had a good time. Scruff in the sun has been a wonderful success. I've had a wild time. See you all soon. We had a jolly old time of things. But that's what the membership and the squad and everything's all about. It's not about the charts. You know, charts is easy, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. It's about long-lasting friendships and bouncing off each other, because your mindset and who you're with can actually help you amazingly. And so many don't know that. They just think there's the magic key. Well, they'll always keep searching. Although Winky's got a magic key.
Hello?
Well, you seem to find it into my wallet, will not? Bloody hell. But
I'll
no,
lift that one.
she is. She is. She is. I was going to say something crude and one thing or other, but I don't really need to. You just are.
I am not. You'll get off track again, mine.
Well, of course I'm getting off truck. You're half naked.
You have to speak and see.
I know. That was funny, you know, watching her play in the waves.
Stronger than I am.
They are. Anyway, let me jump on the computer. Let me just show you something. And I'll kind of explain what farming is. Much easier. Right, come with me. Okay guys, a quick interlude, because I'm asked on pretty much every video a couple of questions. Who do I use and what platform do I use to build small accounts? Well, it's very simple. I come to Black Bull because you can trade with any amount of money that you choose. You've got over 26,000 products, so if you're Forex, indices, shares, commodities, you're going to find it. And they've got excellent world-leading leverage, which you can use to open up an asset and get your positions in, and also the spreads are fantastic. These are the companies that I used to build up. From here, I take it over into the fivers. I have never had a problem getting paid off these, as you can see. And one of the beauties of the fivers at the moment is they're introducing new programs and platforms all the time. They've now recently come back over into the US, so you guys can now take advantage of the prop. And you've got C Trader, and you've got the 3 programs here to choose from, which are very cost effective. Now, to give you an example, there's an account there, 157. You might be thinking, wow, what's that got to do with anything? Well, it is Black Bull, but let's see where it came from. Well, if I take this right to the very top, you'll see it started with £15, and then there's all of the trades running through. Don't get it right all the time, but running through £142 worth of profit, giving me 157. Well, if that's the case, I can now go and buy a prop fund and then feed those funds back into the live to push it forward. Now, if you're interested in any of these, come along and visit my website. You will see everything that I do, and there's extra discounts and exclusive links for both the companies. And both companies use the following platforms, which is TradingView, CTrader, and MetaTrader. My personal choice is MetaTrader, but it's all there for you, so you're on the same page, whichever.
I'd buy that for $1.
Good luck. Catch you soon. Let's get back to the video. Okay, guys. So, at the desk, got a nice room here. I wish it was a bit bigger, but I'm going to come back to this hotel. It's called the Adult Centre, and if you're ever coming to Benidorm, this is perfectly located because you've got the old town right up there, maybe 500 yards, and if you want the strip, you go the other way and then down onto the front. You're within a minute or two of any area you want. It's fantastic, and I prefer it at the old town side because it's that little bit quieter and the restaurants are a little bit better. But if you want to go and see the strippers and what have you, off down to the other side, as some of the photographs you might have just seen. Anyway, let me just quickly show you this. So there's the first part of the stage. Now, when you do a high stakes with the 5%ers, and if you want to try them, there is a link below, and you'll have seen that in the intermission as well. There's 3 programs essentially, and you've got a boot camp, hyper growth, and you've got the high stakes. Now, as mentioned earlier on, do I keep the prop accounts all the time? No, I don't, not really. What you got to remember is these things are designed to trip you up a lot, and I'll get onto that with the farming. So with this, what you'll see is you've got to do a 400 target. It took me about 4 days to do it. And this is the bit that's important, because you've got to have 3 profitable days at 0.5% per day. Now, it gets harder as you go up, which again is why it becomes an issue, right? But if you look at my stats, I hold over 80% constantly. So for this one, it took me 43 trades to pass it. 97% hit rate, pretty much nailed it on the nose each time, and we ended quite well. Okay, now when you go into the next stage, you've still got limited drawdown as you do with this, because you've only got about 250 quid. Because what you got to remember is they have daily stop outs, so you might have an allowance of say 500 quid, but you've daily stop allowances are way a lot less than that, and if you get stopped, you lose the account. And I found that out the hard way, because I have been popped on a couple of those where you sort of think, well, it'll just close the trades off, and it's actually enough that it can cripple an account. Now on the high stakes, it closes the account as well. So not only does it stop the trades, it closes the account. So you do find out things the hard way. Now, if I get on to the next one, so we have that, which is that one. And then this is the secondary one, where you've got to do 250 quid as a target. But again, you've got to maintain the same profits. Now, this one was a little bit harder to complete because markets are volatile. They move up, they move down, and sometimes they're a bit choppy. Now, I try to stick to a single asset on this because one of the things I also do with these, that's why you see me do it a lot. I've got 4 kids and I'll actually trade them with them and I'll pass it for them. And then I'll see if they can sort of make some money for themselves. But the kids, they never listen to a frigging word I say. So anybody who's a parent will kind of know that. But anyway, so I do that as well as having my own. Now, this one took 120 trades. I did sacrifice trades, 16 of them. But I still maintained a pretty high hit rate of 85%, just shy of 86. Profit factors are all in play. Everything's fine, you know. And this is what you do. So there it is, passed. So what's the moral of the story here? Well, the moral of the story is these are tools to help you with your live account rather than help you as your wage. See, a lot of people, they genuinely think, right, I'm funded, you know, brilliant, I'm going to be mega rich. No. They're a brilliant asset to grow your wealth. Now, I have a Vanguard account, which I use quite a bit. In fact, give us a second, I'll be able to show you it. Bear with me. Okay, so if I flick this over, whenever you see me trade props, small accounts, whatever, I retain the money all the time and it goes in here. So over the last sort of 3.5 to 4 years, you've seen me build this up from next to nothing. And as you can see, that pot is just shy of £144,000. All right. This is my trading account. This is where I hold my money. Now I hold it in liquid funds and investment funds. I keep about 40 grand in liquid at any one time. So if we look down into these, that's the small account, and I have liquid money inside of this one as well. And they're growing on their own. But the part that I want to show you is this bit, and this is what the farming's all about. Look at the size of the payments that goes in. As I'm earning 400 quid, 500 quid, even a fiver, I'll drop it in here, and I'll drop it in regular. As you can see, the account, like the payments that I put in are relatively small because each week or 2 weeks on a payout, which is what the 5%ers is, it just goes in here. And then that way, what I can do is just build on it over and over. And you hear me talk about how I do things with this. Everything I do with it is based on around a 30 grand a year input. Now, if I flick into this and go over the last year, so it's like year to date, contributions into it, not what I've put on into it with interest, it's actually what I physically put in, is just shy of £33,000 in the last rolling year. And that has also returned collectively with everything else that's gone into it, nearly 17,000 nearly. I'm really happy with that. So that's performing incredibly well. Now, this is what farming is about. It's not about holding your money in a broker. It's about getting the money out and using it effectively elsewhere. The reason I keep liquid funds is because sometimes things go wrong and you've got to put money back into a broker. I start at the beginning of every month with a set amount, and then at the end of the month, take my salary out, and then whatever's left, I'll kind of just maybe have a treat, as you've seen this year. I've had a holiday every single year this month. And if you go through the videos, you will see it, and you'll see the destinations that we've been to. It's a special year because it was a sort of milestone marriage for Joanne and I. And I asked her what she wanted. She could have had anything. And she said she wanted time. So I said, right, okay, every month I'll take some time off and I'll take you on holiday. And that's what I've done. So we've done lodge, ship, aeroplane. And that's what we do. November's slightly different. because we've got a lot of events we going to, so it's still holidays. And then in December, to end the year, we're going to go on a Christmas cruise, and some of the guys from the squad are coming on that as well. So that's going to be kind of old Christmas dues. And then next year, who knows? But the rest of it goes over in that Vanguard. And those little bits are built up. So when I hear people crying at me all the time, oh, you can't do it and you can't. I did this in front of everybody. And there's the result. If I said to you in 4 years' time, you would have the thick end of £150,000 just by doing a couple of hours a day, most people go, oh yeah, that's amazing, I can do that. But there's not a lot of people can stick to the course because they overtrade. They swing at the fences too much. You do 10, 20 quid a day. You'll be amazed how quickly that adds up. Right? Now, as it adds up, you get more confidence, and then suddenly you're doing 100 quid a day, or even £200 or £300 a day. But it all comes from one thing. You've got to learn your craft. Now, if I wind this back to the prop, what you essentially want to do, and the process that I've done this year was, we started with 200 quid, and we've built that up to over 20,000. Now, from that, I've had various holidays and bits and pieces. It's kind of just some bit of fun money. But we also built up accounts from £15. And this is one of the benefits of that. So what I did was I took 15 quid, built it up, go through the channel, you'll see it. Got it to a level where it would pay me 100 quid. Also, one of the guys, I said I put some money for them, and I did that. And I had about 50 quid left over. So I bought high stakes. So that initial 15 quid built up, paid me some money, and it's also bought me a prop. Now what I do is with this prop, I'll trade it for a month or so with our lad, and I'll get my money back. So the first payout, as long as it's more than 40 quid, anything above that is direct profit. Return on investment. So let's say I get a couple of grand out of it before I get caught with either one of the news regulation things that you're not allowed to do, or maybe there's a daily stop out that I get caught, or I just make a mistake, but I've had a couple of grand out of it. 40 quid for a return of 2 grand is outstanding, and it's not difficult. That 2 grand will be put into that Vanguard, and then that 2 grand will make interest on it collectively with what's in that pot. So that initial investment is now moved from one entity to the next entity. But what I can also do is, might have 2 grand, I might keep 500 quid for myself and only put 1,500 into the Vanguard, but put 500 into a live account like Black Bull, so I can take advantage of the leverage, and then see if I can turn the 500 into 3 grand and do the same thing again. So what initially happens is your initial money is farmed into multiple areas that all give you a return, and then when eventually it goes pop, as long as you've had payout after payout after payout, and you farm money over to here and money to there, it's a fantastic return on investment, which was originally £15. So £15 into all sorts. That's how you make money, guys. You farm it out. And most people don't understand that. But most people don't understand business. And when you look at the marketplace, it's always about risk reward, 1 to 3 this, the magic system. It's not. You want to make money, there are certain things you can do, because yes, you need to know how to read a chart. I know it inside out. Go through my modules and I spell it out to you, how to mark the chart up. Because if you haven't got those levels in place correctly, wasting your time. Totally wasting your time, because you're trading blind. You got to know when the market's moving. So times of the day to trade. More importantly, you need to know when not to trade. That's the trick. Most people can't do that. They think, well, I'm here. Where's my trade? Doesn't work like that. You've got to use a bit of patience. But always remember this one as a final parting gift. If you get the direction correct, it will forgive your bad entry. But the direction does not come from the lower time frames. You've got to look higher in the chart to understand what the chart is trying to achieve. That's where your money's made. It's how you survive. And that's what farming's all about. What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be? Well, if you want £100,000, break it down to a daily denominator in the time period you want it. Now, if you're doing it in a year, obviously you're going to have to go some. But if you've got a 5-year horizon, you'll be surprised how little you need to do. And that's how I survive. I don't trade that much. I trade once or twice a day. But when I do go to market, I have all my ducks in a row. I know exactly what I'm looking at. And I know when to press the button. But once that's pressed, I'm going into the future. Because everything is based on what I would call best guess. Because nobody knows the future. All right? So it's an educated guess based on the facts that I can see. The next part is how you conduct and manage yourself. That's how you survive. There ain't no magic pills, guys. But there is management. Something for you to think about. What was it Jim used to say to me? Jim's the guy who taught me how to do this, by the way. He used to say, you can't win them all, but you can manage them all. And I think that's how you survive. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off and enjoy the sun a bit more. We come back on Saturday. Who knows what I'll do next week? Maybe less is more. You tell me in the comments. Do you like it when I upload videos every day? Or do you like it when I just do it once in a blue moon? Or even if you don't want it done at all, tell me that. Just go in the comments here. Don't particularly want to see your videos anymore. Fair enough. Not a problem. But there's one thing. I'll still be paid on Friday. So as always, guys, do what you love. And the money will follow. See you all in the next one.